What's up guys, it's Kara and today I'm going through Matthew 13. If you're new to my channel or new to this series, I've gone through all of the chapters prior to Matthew 13 in Matthew. So if you want to go back to, my first video was through 1 through 3 I believe. So if you want to go back to that video, feel free. I'll try to put a card in right here so it's like a little eye or something. I don't know. Otherwise, stay with me through Matthew 13 and all of Matthew 13 down below, and the ones that I reference in the description below as well, just in case you want to read along or I don't know. But let's get into it. Matthew 13 starts off, it says, "The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside." So it's like the same day, the amount Jesus does in one day. And I put like a little rhetorical question: what do we do with our whole lives? I know, right? Well, but like if Jesus did all of this stuff, I'm assuming it means that he did all of like Matthew 12 and all of Matthew 13 in the same day. So if you haven't read Matthew 12, go ahead and read that. It's all part of the same day. And I've heard my dad say this a lot, like how he went into a ship because like here's my notebook. Like how the sound waves, reflect off the water. It's just like Jesus using his knowledge. Jesus using his like greater knowledge of the people back then and all. And that's apparent in the boat. And then he starts with this parable of the sower who goes forth to sow. And I'm just gonna go ahead and read the parable and then say my thoughts on it. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Okay, I didn't get through all of that, but wayside, it's like a walkway, or I believe they called it a wayward, where it was people would just like kind of walk across this path. So it had become so like packed down from people walking on it. It was like as hard as concrete, kind of. So as soon as like the seed fell on that, it wouldn't be able to like take root because it was so packed in and hard. Anyways, and when he sowed some seed, there you go. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. So this one is, the stony places was not actually like a bunch of little rocks mixed in. It was actually like a stony, it was actually like a slate of limestone that was underneath like maybe a couple inches of dirt, so it wasn't enough to fully take root and then like continue growing underneath the ground because it would hit the limestone. And the heat, it's saying, and when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. The heat, when it would the heat would kind of reflect off the limestone, which would cause it to be hotter. And then I found it interesting how they just like withered away, and like it's kind of sad because this is referring to people and how we just kind of can wither away at times. So I thought that was kind of sad. But verse 7, and some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some an hundredfold, some sixtyfold, some thirtyfold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Nope, I don't have anything on that one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read kind of the rest of this and do it like I did towards the beginning, where I would just like kind of comment after every verse or two. So, and the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. And this, I read a commentary on Matthew 13, and I'll totally put a link to it down below. I believe it was William Barclay. I don't quite remember. There's a few that I had looked at before choosing one, so I'll just put it down below. But they made like this reference to knowledge and how the more you work at it, the more knowledge you gain, and like if you stop studying for something, you forget it. So like this, for whosoever hath, to him shall be given. So if you have something and you continue to work at it, then you're going to get better at it. But if you have something, and he shall have more abundance. Okay, but whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. So say you're, just in Spanish. It's a weird thing that I chose that. But say you're in Spanish and you work at it a lot, you're going to obviously continue to grow in your fluency of that language. But say you take like a year or two in high school, or maybe a year in middle school, but you don't use it often, you don't do so great during the school year, blah, blah, blah. Years later, down the road, you're probably not gonna remember anything that you learned in high school, or maybe like a couple words. So that's what it means from like, but whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. And in verse 13, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. So this goes back to Isaiah 6:9 through 10. I'm going to look that up right now. For verse 9, and he said, go and tell this people, this is from the Lord, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Verse 10, make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and he be healed. Going to start up again with verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. This is just kind of the explanation, so I was just going to read this when I wrote down my planning for this. I'm just going to read this, and it kind of explains it anyway, so I don't think I should need to do any commentary on this. Verse 18, hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When any one heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and Anan with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended, or stumbles, or falls away. He also that... Ooh, let me move this so it low-key looks like I'm looking at you, but I'm not. Okay. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. But he that receives seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some an hundredfold, some 60, some 30. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. And tares they looked a lot like wheat before they're bloomed, before the harvest day, and then you could they were distinct in what they looked like, and you could kind of tell which one was which. But while they were growing, you couldn't really distinguish which one was which. And tares are actually poisonous. If you eat enough, they could kill a horse. I'm not sure if you die. I doubt you die from just a tiny little bite, but they taste bad, and they're just the wrong side of the crop, you know? I don't know. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So, like I said, when it had sprung up and brought forth fruit, you could tell which one was a tare, like it appeared. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let us, that's because like the roots would kind of be intertwined and all. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field. A mustard seed is like tiny, which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. Another parable spake he unto them, The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. All these things spake Jesus unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Which I don't know if this is the right one to go to, but I have it written down as Psalm 78:2. Yes, Psalm 78:2. I will open my mouth in a parable, I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, our fathers have told us. I read 2 and 3. Then Jesus sent the multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of the world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity. And he shall cast them into a furnace of fire, there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Verse 43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, the which when a man found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. So it was saying the first time around how again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hidden in a field. So banks weren't like commonly used thing, I guess. But if it was commonly practiced, I don't know if it was like practice, but what would happen a lot of times is that when people had something valuable, they would dig it and put it in the ground. So even now, like, people will go look for treasures in the ground. I don't know how common that is today, but I'm sure a lot of people still are fascinated in that and all. Anyways, the first version of this, verse 44, is the which when a man hath found. So this is just something he came across, he found it. So it's kind of like when someone has like a miraculous story. They didn't go looking for Christianity, you know. I'm not really describing this as well as the commentary did. But then the next one, it says, is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls. So however you become a Christian, whatever your story is, whatever your testimony is, like the kind of point in this is went and sold all that he had and bought it. So the kingdom of heaven is worth selling all that anyone has. It's the first man bought the field, and the second man sold all that he had in order to purchase the pearl. Verse 47, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Jesus saith unto them, Have ye understood all these things? They say unto him, Yea, Lord. Then said he unto them, Therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. Verse 53. And it came to pass that when Jesus had finished these parables, he departed thence. And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, and so much that they were astonished, and said, Whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Pause. Sorry. If you wanted to go back to the part where Jesus was speaking, and it was a little bit after, like, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, and all of that. It kind of continues in Luke 4, so if you want to go look at that. Whence has this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And his brethren James and Joseph and Simon and Judas, and his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then hath this man all these things? And they were offended in him. But Jesus said unto them, A prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his own house. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. Voila! So that's the end of Matthew 13. I definitely encourage you guys to go do some note-taking and learning on your own. Read some other commentaries. I do this not because I know everything, but it helps me learn, I guess, from taking notes and being able to talk about it. And hopefully it benefits you guys some with something that you didn't know before, because when I was reading the commentary, I was learning a lot. It took me like 2 days to read the commentary. It was really long, but all is well. I learned a lot, and I hope you guys go learn a lot about the Bible. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Oh shoot. I do have bangs in this video. If you're new to my channel, you obviously don't know if I've had bangs before or whatever. But in my past videos, I have not had bangs. I just got them. Today is the 7th. I just got them 6th, 5th, the 5th. And hopefully I will have my I got bangs video out by the 8th, 9th, 10th. I believe it's the 10th.
Monday's 8th, Tuesday's 9th, Wednesday's the 10th.
Yes, should have that video out by the 10th, and then on the 12th, I will have just like a Girls' Day video out. I hope you guys hit the bell down below so you don't miss those videos, and yada yada yada. Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, okay, bye, love you.